Welcome everyone to another interesting DSA problem. This particular problem is pretty much easier. So let's try to understand what is the problem statement. So you will be given a list, let's say nums, with some numbers. In this case, let's be 1, 2, 3, or another example would be nums equals -1, -2, -3. Another example can be anything like nums equals let's take the num example equals -10, -10, 5, 2. What you have to find? You have to pick any three numbers from the given array, and you can pick any, and you have to return the product of these three numbers, and the number should be maximum among all the combinations of triplets you can make with that. So in the first case, you don't have any many combination. Since it's only three numbers given, you have to take all these three. So 1, 2 into 3, it would be 6 would be the answer. In the second example, you don't have any choice. So that would be, again, this time it would be -6. But in third example, you have more numbers. So in this case, you have the option. Like, there is an easier way to find out, like, the maximum number at which we can get after the product of three numbers. One of the possibility is that pick the three largest positive number. Possibility 1, for example, you can guess case 1. Case 1 would be three largest. If there is three largest positive, this is important, positive numbers, if this exists, that would be max 1, max 2, max 3. And the case 2 would be two smallest. Pick two smallest. That is most negative. It can be most negative. And the largest. So in that case, minimum 1 multiplied by minimum 2 multiplied by maximum 1. So let's try to analyze these two cases. Either this would be the answer or this would be the answer. That's what we are telling. Let's use this particular given example following this strategy. So let's pick maximum 1, maximum 2, maximum 3. If we sort it, somehow let's sort it. Don't need to sort, but for explaining this, we are going to sort. 2, if we sort it, this would become -10, -10, then 2, 5. So as per the case 1, maximum three numbers. In this case, these are these three numbers. So -10 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 5. So the answer would be -100. And case 2, minimum 1, minimum 2. That is nothing but -10 multiplied by -10 and maximum 1. Here it is 5. It's 5. So in this case it would be 500. So out of that, maximum among C1 or C2, that would be your answer. Here it is C2. So that is 500. So there can be another example if all are positive. So this example, the C1 would work. That's the case. So how can we code it and solve it? One of the approach is to sort it, then choose the maximum between C1, case 1 and case 2. Let's write that thing. So this is approach 1. Sort. So class solution, let's use another color, that would be better for explaining things. Class solution and the method inside the class maximum product. What is given? Given is nums, which is nothing but list of integer, and we have to return another integer. Let's sort it as we said, nums dot sort, and after that we have to choose between C1 and C2. Return, choose between whatever be the maximum between C1. The case 1 is nothing but, if it's sorted, it is nothing but, case 1 is nothing but, we are going from behind, nums -1, nums -2, nums -3. This is the way to call from the top order, and the minimum 2's, that is num0 and nums1, and the final element, that is nothing but topmost higher element. So that's it. This is one solution. So what is the time and space complexity? In this case, the time complexity, since its sorting is involved, order of n log n. Space complexity is order of 1, since we are not utilizing any extra space or something. But approach 2 is by one pass. Let's answer that as well. Approach 2. One pass. Here sorting is not required. Let me copy the class definition and everything. We don't have to write it again. Okay. Yes. So here, to create the case 1 and case 2, I need to mention that variables. Let it be max1, max2, max3. Initially, it's set to infinity, negative infinity. Maximum is set to negative infinity. So this is how we are going to do in Python. And minimum 1 and minimum 2. This is for the case 1 and case 2. Creating it. Float, negative, infinity. Okay. Now we are going to iterate. For n in nums, if n greater than max1, then what we have to do? We have to swap max3 value to max2, and max2 value will be assigned as max1. Then only assign the max1 value with the n. If n greater than max2, so we are keeping that hierarchy here. That's what happening here. If that's the case, max3 value will be assigned with max2, and then only max2 will be assigned with the n value. Or if n is greater than max3, then only swap the max3 value with the n. So that's how we get the maximum 3 elements. And if n is less than minimum 1, in that case, what we have to do? Min2 value should be given as min1, and then only give the min1 value with n. If n less than min2, straightforward give min2 value with n. So this will create the C1 and case 1 and case 2 category, which we have discussed earlier. And at the end, we just need to return. Just return either from the top 3 elements, that's nothing but max1, max2, max3, or the minimum 2, min1 multiplied by min2, multiplied with the max one. This would be our solution. So what is this? A straightforward approach. So what is the time complexity? The time complexity here is order of n because we are iterating. Space complexity is order of 1. And I hope you understood this problem statement of maximum product of three numbers. Thank you for listening.